Hey everybody, this is Tim with Op-Ed Daily. Do you guys remember Brittany Maynard, a 29-year-old with brain cancer that wanted to end her own life, but had to move from California to Oregon in order to do it? Maybe some of you do. If not, I'll give you a little backstory about that. So Brittany Maynard had brain cancer, okay? And she was suffering every day. It was getting really bad. She put out a YouTube video about it, because California lawmakers wouldn't let her have an assisted suicide, even though she knew that it was ready, and she didn't want to die like that. She didn't want to die suffering. She wanted to go out on her own terms. So she moved to Oregon and had that done. Now, because of this, essentially because of Brittany Maynard, there was a second effort by California lawmakers to allow doctors to prescribe life-ending medication, and it passed on Wednesday. There are a few caveats to it. The patient has to be able to physically take the medication, him or herself. 2 doctors have to approve it, and the patient is to submit several written requests, and there must be 2 witnesses. Also, the patient has to have 6 months or less to live before they can have an assisted suicide, essentially. If if a doctor gives you a year to live, you wouldn't be able to apply for that until it became 6 months to live. And of course, religious groups, they come out and they're saying it goes against the will of God. And oddly enough, advocates for people with disability were against it because they feel it put terminally ill patients at risk or for coerced death. I assume what they're meaning is by families that didn't want to take care of that disabled person. But if that person's terminally ill and has 6 months left to live, and that person is saying, hey, I want to go, then I think that's a no-brainer to me. Now, one person said it best. Her name was Catherine Baker. She's a Republican from Pleasanton. She said, quote, I believe it is cruel, nothing short of cruel, to deny them that choice in their final hours and final days. I don't think you can say it much better than that. These people are suffering from a terminal illness they're going to die from, and it's just going to get worse and worse and worse all the way to the end. Any family members that just yell and scream about how they don't want that person to end their lives, it just seems selfish to me. It seems selfish because they want to hold on to that person as long as possible. I can understand that, but at the same time, you're not the one suffering. They are. And we have the capability of ending life in as humane a fashion as possible, so we should do that. But to me, I believe that anyone that wants to kill themselves should be allowed to go in and take time. I don't know if it takes a year or whatever, make them go to some psychologist or psychiatrist for a year. And if it still doesn't work, if they can't get them fixed, then let them do it. It's their life. If they think it's over at that point, then it should be over. Granted, there would be other issues with that as well, meaning family, that sort of thing. But to me, you should have that freedom. It's your life. It should also be your death, not anybody else's. Anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, if you agree or disagree. Yeah, this is Tim with Op-Ed Daily. Peace out.